Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Esther here. If you are new here, please do well to subscribe, like, comment so you can see more of me. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always stopping by. Interested on how I made this beautiful boo gown? Please do well to watch to the end. The total length of the lace fabric I'm working with now is 3 inches, and on the table I have the back piece of my client's full neck, which is 60 inches. And what I've done so far was I take 4 inches for both zip and the wideness of the neck, and I also take the shoulder length, which I use 8 inches, then my armhole, which I also use 8 inches for that. Then I went ahead to use 1 inches for the shoulder slope, then I connect it back to the wideness of the neck. Then I use 1.5 inches for the deepness of the neck, then I connect it back to the wideness for how wide I want the neck to be. There I'm confirming the 8 inches I use for the shoulder to be accurate on the armhole, then I connect it back to the shoulder slope there. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take bust the bust of my dress. Client's bust is 40 inches divided by 4, which is give me 10 inches. So I mark it out on the shoulder slope. Don't forget that I already have my zip allowance of 1 inches, so what I will have there is 11 inches. Then the next is to take my waist measurement, the back waist measurements, which I will minus 1.5 from the front waist measurements. The next thing now is to take the dart, because it's going to have a back dart. I'm taking my dart there, which is my nipple to nipple of my client. My client's nipple to nipple is 8 inches, so divided by 2, which is 4, plus the 1 inches of zip allowance, which I have 5 inches there. So from the waistline I went up by 3 inches from the waistline, and I mark it out. Then from the waistline also I come down by 2 inches along the hip line, then I mark it out. Then I will connect the 3 lines together to form my dart. So from that waistline, from the waistline I will go in by half inches, and I will also come out by half inches, which I will have 1 inches there as my dart allowance. So on my armhole, from my bust measurements that I have 11 earlier, I had 1.5. I had 1.5 as my sewing allowance and ease allowance. So I will do the same thing to my waist, to the hip, and down to the full length of the dress. This is a straight gown, so I'm going to add 1.5 inches all through as my sewing and ease allowance. So the next thing I will do now is to cut out the neck line, the shoulder slope, then cut out all cut out the back piece generally from the excess of the clothes. So that is what I'm doing now. You are working with lace materials, you must be patient with it. So on my waistline, on my exact waistline, from the 1 inch of my zip allowance that I put there, I'm coming out by half inches to avoid zip bulge. I hope you understand. So on the half inch, I will connect it like so, as I'm doing now. Connect it down, then take it up again to remove the zip bulge at the back of the clothes. So after I've connected it up, and I've also connected it to the down part. So the next thing I will do now is to cut out the zip bulge. So here is our back piece. Next thing now is to work on the dart place. I will fold out the dart that I've marked out initially into two, like so. Then I will cut it out. I will cut out the exact place that I mark in and out half inches. I hope you understand. So I will cut it out just like that. You may leave it, but I don't like leaving it so that you will not be buggy. So I like to cut it out. Then after I cut it out, open it like that. Then I will cut straight to the 2 inches I left down, and to also the one that I put around the bust area. So like that, the dart is open. So I will do the same thing to the other side of the back piece. So the next thing I will do now, this is the back piece. I think I'm done cutting with the back piece. So the next thing now is to work on the front piece. So here is the remaining fabric that I have left. So the fronts, I want the lace part to be on the center of my dress. So what I have left now won't be enough for my client's full length. So what I will do next is to have half inches to it. So on the table I will deduct the half inches, which is 18 inches. The dust is from the full length of 60 inches, and I will place the back piece on the remaining one and use the back piece to cut it out. Then put a little space in the front for joining of the two laces together, and after that, then I'm going to cut out the front from the remaining fabric. Make sure when you are working with lace, you have enough patience. Set it very well so that it will not have any delay while sewing it. So here I'm cutting out the front piece from the remaining fabrics. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut out the half length, because I said earlier that it's going to have a half cut. So here is the remaining piece of my lace material. So I'll place the lace edge to lace edge to cut the half cut. I will bring back my back piece, fold in, I will pin down the zip allowance. I will pin it down like what I'm doing now. I pin down the lace materials, my zip allowance, and I will still have a little space in the front to join the lace materials together. So there I will cut out the shoulder slope, and I will also cut out the armhole, and I will cut out the bust, the waist of the half cut. That is what I'm doing then. Cut out the slope, the shoulder slope, the shoulder, and the full body. Don't forget, I don't cut any neck depth on the front. I only cut neck depth on the back. Please take note of that. I'm cutting out the front piece, I mean the half cut now. So the neck depth, I will make it open just like so. I will open it like so. So the next now is to take it to my sewing machine. So for my front piece, for the front top now, I left like 8 inches up. Then I've placed the both lace edge together, run a straight stitch and top stitch on it. I've done that for the half cut. I've left 8 inches up for the front opener, and I've joined the half cut. Then I also do that to the remaining front piece. So here is my back piece. I've joined the darts together. I've joined the darts together and I've give it a good press, and I've also attached my zip on it because I noticed that the video is getting too long. I do it off camera. You know, this is a lace materials and it has O on it. So what I do was I bring out my white materials and I cut 1 inches wide, and the length is where the zip is going to stop, like the down part of the closing, because it has slits at the back. So I will not cut it to where the slit is. For the slit, I'm going to double fold it. So I place it, assuming that is the place of my zip. So I place the white materials, I run a straight stitch and I pipe it in. So for the edge of the materials, I double fold it and I run a straight stitch on it to pipe in my zip allowance so that the zip can sit properly. And for the neck, I used bias to sew it to have a neat finishing work there. So that's what I've done for the back so far. So here is the front. After I've joined the both lace together, I mean the lace edge together. So the next thing I will do now is to join both the front and the back together. So here I want you to be patient and look thoroughly. Let's do this together. So here is my front and my back piece together. I've pinned it up. Now the place that I open in my front, that lace edge, I will place it at the tip of the shoulder. I hope you understand what I mean. Please, if you don't understand, watch again, please. So I will place it to the tip and I will also pin it down, and I will pin the armhole side together too. So I will have some excess at the middle. I will have some excess there. That is what I'm holding. I'm holding the excess now. When I measure it, I have like 2 inches of fold. That will be like 4 inches when it's no more on fold. So from there, I will make sure that I lay the clothes very well. Make sure that both the front is very well laid on the back piece. So I will trace out the excess from the shoulder to the half length. I will make sure that I use my hand to trace out the excess, just like the way I'm doing. And please make sure that your clothes are laying on each other very well. For that excess is going to serve as our front dart. So it's going to have like dart from the shoulder to the half length. So there I will run a straight stitch on it, and I will run a straight stitch from the shoulder to the half length with the excess that I have. And please, when doing that, make sure it's aligned on your nipple to nipple measurement. I hope you understand. The nipple to nipple measurement I'm using for this dress, like I said earlier, is 8 inches, and 8 divided by 2 is 4 inches. Sorry. So I will place my tape rule on it to check maybe it's accurate. So from that place, from there to the middle, I have 4 inches, and I also have 4 inches to the other side. So that shows it's accurate. So next, now I will take it to my sewing machine, sew on it and cut out the excess materials. So I will take it to machine now and sew it and straight and cut out the excess. So now I've sewn on it. That is our shoulder to half length, that's there. So I've sewn on it now. Then I will open it, give it a good press, join the shoulder to shoulder, then I will join the. So after I've joined the shoulder, I will make sure that the clothes are well aligned together. I will pin both sides together. Make sure it is well aligned to avoid any silly mistake. I hope you understand. Don't forget, I use 8 inches for my front opening. 8 inches for my front opening. which is okay. And make sure the clothes is aligned together. And before you cut out the the dart, please make sure it's on your client's nipple to nipple. So after I've checked everything, they are accurate, then I will join the body, join the sleeve, and then the dress is ready. Thank you so much for watching. See you next in my next class. Bye.